Good evening, everybody. I'm sorry that I planned originally going on at 7:30, but I had some technical difficulties uh, getting set up and everything. So we had to I had to fix those things before we started up. Tonight, I want to talk about something that we probably hadn't thought a whole lot about, and and I'm gonna do this little series here and gonna talk about some issues of how the world will change after COVID and kind of give us an idea to start thinking about these things from a policy standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, or whatnot. Um, and I wanted to start off with housing. The reason I wanted to start off with housing is because out of all of the issues that we are facing, other than healthcare, this is the one that is probably the one that is going to impact us immediately. One of the first things we're dealing with now is that we have, um, come on now. All right. One of the things that we have sitting in front of us now is with the expiration of all of the different um, aid that was given out when the pandemic first broke out. We have an opportunity that presents us on how we're going to deal with all of these evictions. There's going to be a lot of them coming. Hopefully, that Congress and local governments will step in to do something about this. That includes giving some assistance to the landlords also, because this is what everybody's worried about is that all the landlords are not rich. All the landlords are not rich. Some of them are people just like me and you who took a chance on buying some property, renting it out, hopefully gain some extra income. And so they own mortgages and things just like we owe rent and mortgages also. So we got any plan of that for this immediate situation. We'll definitely need to include some type of package to support landlords during this time and allowing people to be able to stay. HUD needs to jump on top of that immediately. But what I'm more interested in is the long run, because if for some reason this becomes the new normal, where social distancing and mask wearing becomes a normal situation, this is going to change fundamentally how we build new housing. Right now, the craze has been put us all in very dense, populated areas. These apartments, we see us, particularly here in Atlanta, we see them springing up all over the place, where we have very densely packed population centers, where we've got people where we wanted them. We've put things like Pond City Market, which I absolutely love, where we have shopping and office space and all these areas where it was very convenient for people to be able to live and congregate, in which that may not be something that is feasible or sustainable in our future. Um, so as we talk about that, we really need to be thinking about how will we change how we develop, because everything has been developed about being able to pack people into small spaces. And I know we've had this thing that we've been trying to prevent urban sprawl, or we've been not trying to spread out. But what maybe need to happen is that we do need to spread out, and then we're gonna have to figure out stuff like transportation and all the other stuff, because everybody's been moving in toward the city centers to try to alleviate using their cars and being able to get public transportation and all of the other things. So we really need to be thinking about how we're going to look at housing in the future, and how we will deal with pandemics in the future and people being able to possibly pay rent if we want people to be put on lockdown. There's so many different things that we need to start thinking about. I'm not coming on here to provide solutions. What am trying to do is provide some tinder for the fire to start thinking about it. We have to start thinking about how we're going to have to change the way we've developed and how we will continue to develop in the future, because it may not, the way we're doing things may not be sustainable and continue to start, continue to keep this thing going. So, if you got ideas out there, put them out there. Let us know. Let your start expressing these things to your elected officials, in your government, because they're planning. And a lot of, particular, all of my elected official friends who follow me, I know a lot of your cities have had updated master plans and how you're going to be doing zoning and development. You might want to go back and review that, because things have changed, and some of this may begin to be the new normal, and we can't continue to do old things in new times and expect good results. And that's what RTL is all about, the revolution of thoughtful leadership. So I want everybody to put their thinking caps on. Let's think about how will we solve this problem, because we have an opportunity now to tackle it before it becomes an issue. We can do something and be proactive and make it work before it gets out of control. Because we have to start, one of the things we have to do is start getting people to trust that the people they put in leadership are not going to react, but they're going to proact. And I wasn't going to stay on long tonight, so it wasn't like I was going to do some big, presentation or whatnot. I just wanted y'all to start thinking about it. How the world will change after COVID. Housing is going to be one of those things that's going to change. Because are we going to continue stacking people on top of one another when they could be easily transmitting diseases? Or is it a good idea to pack all people all together? Because it may be easy to service them. From a logistics standpoint, if we had to lock everybody down, to be able to put, have the National Guard or whatever drop off food in one spot, and people not had to, move that far. Or will we creating this housing? Can we use our technology to, be able to put filters in to be able to purify the air so airborne transmission is less likely? There's a whole bunch of things we can think about and a whole bunch of different things we can do. But I just wanted y'all to get thinking about it and start rolling your minds around. Government, start thinking about it. Review your master plans, because your master plans may now be outdated. Let's just start thinking. This is Scott Smith, and this is the Revolution of Thoughtful Leadership, and I'm out. Peace.